Good afternoon, Keepers of the Cash. We are here with another Savage Saturday, number 17. And today, the book we are discussing and reviewing is going to be Robert E. Howard's Red Sonja, A Death in Scarlet from Cross Plains Comics. Now, this is a pretty low print run, printed in Canada, and it was supposed to be ongoing. Cross Plains Comics folded. The character went to Dynamite. The rest is history so far. It's unfortunate because what we got here was pretty decent, and I'll be showing pictures over here like I normally do. But this story, it takes place early in Red Sonja's life. It's just after the death of her parents. She's set off wandering. She's got kind of a friendship partnership with this woman named Tashika, and they're in court. I always pronounce it wrong, but they're in Coruscant, and they're conning people basically and robbing them. So they just con this master of this house, and with no really idea who he is. And they're in a bar drinking later, and a bunch of guards show up, and you left our master bound and tied. You took all his possessions, and a fight ensues. The fight obviously goes in Sonja's way, and it's one of her first fights, and you can see the cleverness in her fighting ability. And again, this is a nice, good revenge story, but it's showcasing the growing talents of Sonja. And why is the story so good? Because it's written by Roy Thomas. The art is done great by Steve Lytle, who did the cover art and the interior art. So both are fantastic. The writing and the interior art and the cover art, just absolutely love them both. And it's too bad we didn't get a more complete story from this moving forward, because it was great. So like I said, the publisher is Cross Plains Comics. Really short-lived. They were supposed to just do Robert E. Howard adaptations and new things based on his characters. And then, of course, so we have Sonja and Tashika, and the guy that they robbed, his name is Quinn Lang, and they didn't know he was going to play a part later. But they're looking to make more money, and they know that he has a wealth of stuff stored up in his it's not a castle, but it's a pretty great big house. It's full of loot, and this guy makes his money by paying other people to loot for him and bring the loot to him, and then he deals it. So they set out to rob him even more. They know, Tashika knows what to get there, but more happens once they get there. Tashika just wants to rob, live life, and have fun. And Sonja has a main goal right now. She's still fresh months after her parents are murdered, and her brothers, and she's still looking for revenge. She's still looking for the people that killed them. And she gets a clue to that in this house, where she finds a necklace that belonged to her mom. So if the necklace is there in this treasure room that they broke into, then odds are either the killers are there, or the people who robbed and killed her parents sold the necklace to Quinn Lang. And that's about all I'm going to tell you, because I don't want to ruin the story. It's kind of short, and it sets up for more. But like I said, Cross Plains folded. The character went to Dynamite, and we don't get more. There's a sorceress in it who's bound. I can't tell you more. And Quinn Lang is the master of the house. We have Red Sonja, Tashika, a handful of guards, and there's a few fight scenes, and the battles are great. The battles are not only well done, they show cleverness in Sonja's skill. The guards that are there, they obviously have mass and brute strength over her. So the guards, even though they have a physical overpowering over, Sonja has a skill that they don't possess, and it's showcased really nice in this book. So overall, it's going to be a short review, but overall, I give this book an A+. Really fun story. A plus art. A plus story by Roy Thomas. And it ties in centrally to the character that Sonja is. It shows you how she gets her chainmail armor. It shows you her single-mindedness and in her quest for revenge. So the characterization, of course, written by Roy Thomas. So the character is an A on characterization, A plus. The other people in the story, A plus. The characters are cool. They had one little character in the beginning that was kind of like a light Conan, so it was kind of in there, a bit of fun. But the conclusion, we're going to give a B plus. Not the conclusion was satisfying, but it wasn't a solid ending because this was meant to go on, and it did not. But where they left you kind of concluded the first part of the story, and left it open like they're going to travel more and eventually come across the people that actually murdered her parents. But it was a fun conclusion. So at the end of the day, we're going to give Red Sonja, A Death in Scarlet, an A plus. The cover art an A plus, interior art an A plus, just all around fantastic story by Roy Thomas and expertly drawn by Steve Lytle. No complaints about this one. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened with this, where it would have developed and how it would have been written and drawn if Cross Plains hadn't folded, but history is what history is. You can't change it. And that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Savage Saturday 17. And until next time, keep it casual.